Unfortunate, Doctor. I really hoped you'd come around, but instead you'll have to die along with the others. Let's fucking go, fag. Paired column. I notice a broken piece of the cobblestone street to my right. Extra sharp. Grab it and throw it at King Fag. King dodges. Slams one of the brainwashed peasants right in the throat. Peasant's throat erupts in a beautiful fountain of red. King looks back in terror. Damn it, I need them alive. The king realizes what he just divulged. His eyes widen. I double back and run towards the circle of peasants. He chases after me. In the crowd, I notice a dagger broken in half. Still sharp. Stabby stab. Conceal bracket. Put dagger through random peasant's neck. Blood sprays on my mask. Pull it out and stab another one behind me. Yummy blood fountain. Pediment. King rushes up and grabs my arm. Throws me to the ground and kicks the dagger away from me. He throws a punch down at my head. I quickly move my head out of the way. His fist cracks against the cobblestone. He screams in pain. I slam my foot into his nuts. Call me the Nutcracker. Triumphal arc. He dry heaves and rolls over onto his side. I scamper up and rush toward the knife sitting about 20 feet away next to a group of peasants. King Fag reaches up and grabs my leg and tries to pull me down. Struggle free of his grasp and slam him in the face with my boot several times. Blood spurts out of his nose and he collapses in a ball on the ground. I run up and grab the blade and slice an artery in a peasant's leg. I turn and catch another one in the heart. Blade breaks off in his ribs. Fuck. Roman motif. See King Fag running at me in the corner of my eye. He tackles me. We roll into the middle of the town square. I wrap my legs around him and flip him onto his back. Start wailing on his face with my fist. Like my father always said, my fist will teach your fleshy face mask the lesson of insurmountable suffering. To release yourself from this bondage of pain, you must relinquish your body to me. We both stop and look at each other. Whoa, holy shit, he says to me. Yeah, did that happen a lot, or? Honestly, I don't really like talking about it. Silence. Suddenly he kicks me in the nuts. Here comes the vomit. Temple facade. He runs toward the center of the circle. The solstice is nigh. The clock strikes midnight. I look through tears to see a tremendous hellgate slowly phasing into existence. Yes, yes, the king screams in joy. I roll onto my knees and groan from testicle pain. Doctor. Flames echo behind me. Who are you? Not important now. You must stop him. Your corpse bonfire is within your grasp. I rise to my feet and wipe the vomit from my mask. I need something to kill this fucking cuck with. The crackle of the fire intensifies. Out of the flame comes a sharp, extra pointy, extremely lethal doctor stick. It's so beautiful. Ornament print. Wipe tears from my eyes and grab the stick. Turn to King Fag, standing before an almost formed hellgate. I have brought you all 20,000 sacrifices that you require, my lord. I am your humble servant. Wait 1 second. Trefoil. Look around. Do some quick peasant math. Based on the size of the circle, the alignment of the stars, the amount per row, and the size of my erection, there are exactly 20,234 repugnant serfs. Don't have much time. Have to commit at least 235 murders. Wayne Gretzky of murder. Esgraffito. Start slashing through peasants with amazing doctor stick. Moving my way through row after row of serfs. Blood streaming through the air like party streamers. New and improved peasant beating stick cutting through masses like a knife through a newborn skull. King notices. No, no! I will not let you undo what I have worked so hard to achieve. King rushes towards me. I turn to him. He leaps at me. I kneel down and angle the stick upward. He puts his hand up to protect his face. Stick goes through hands. Continues into his neck. Best stick ever, 1236 AD. Trap Gevel. He lays propped up by the stick, which is all the way through his hands and neck. His eyes writhing in his face as he grasps desperately for air. Blood lurches from his neck and hands. I wander over. He watches helplessly as I take off his pants. I pull out a handful of leeches. Leeches for every occasion. Flemish strap at work. He starts gasping and trying to wiggle away. Dick hole time. Crenellations. See him mouth the word please and don't. Lol cuck. Turret. I shove his dick full of leeches. He gurgles and wiggles in pain. His dick's kinda small, so it's hard to get him in there. Managed to get about 10 in there. It'll have to do. Platter-esque. King bleeds out. Remove stick from his neck. Leave him rotting with a bunch of leeches in his cock. Look to see Hellgate is fully formed. Door creaks open. Hear the bellows of the dead echo from within the gate. Lightning crackles in a tumultuous fanfare. Hear the thunderous cry of Satan himself. The clashing of gigantic chains beats against the back of the doors of the gate. Not much time. Turn back towards circle of disgusting peasants. Start slicing through serfs. Endless spray of delicious artery juice flies freely through the air. Door is opening wider. Fuck. Candelabra motif. Increase speed. Maximum level of peasant killing achieved. Never has the world seen such virtuistic peasant-themed murder. I am a god. Get through 220 vile serfs. 15 left. Satan bursts through the gate. Can see his massive dong, swinging back and forth like the world's most gigantic cock-themed pendulum. Satan's got a nice dick. Portal. The chains that hold him are slowly cracking. Hear him scream into the night. See him take a shit that lands on a small church and immediately lights on fire. Swing through 5 more serfs. Hear him roar into the air as the chain holding his left arm snaps and flies into a nearby bell tower. Urine has arrived. Eclecticism. He reaches out and tries to grab me. Duck into the crowd. The storm overhead is whirling into a frenzy. Reality is starting to unfold at the seams. The fabric of existence is beginning to tear apart. I can make out through the eye of the storm that the sky has turned crimson. The air reeks of death. My dick couldn't get any harder. Slice through the final couple serfs. Hear a disembodied bell chiming. Do a quick peasant number survey. Down to 19,999. Hear Satan bellow in agony. The chains tighten and pull him backward. He falls onto his stomach. He screams as he drags his claws through the ground. He tears massive holes in the cobblestone street, throwing them violently into the air, killing at least 50 people. The chains rip him from the earth. They fling him backward into hell. The doors slam. The sounds of screams cease. The smell of death is replaced with the smell of just regular old dead peasants. The clouds dissolve. The starry night sky comes into view. A beautiful winter's night. The remaining 19,949 peasants awaken. They wander around in confusion, screaming in agony, looking at the yummy bodies of their friends. Hear a couple of them coughing with the plague. I'll be back for my pile, Palazzo. In the confusion, I drag one of the bodies away. Need some much-deserved relaxation time. Have sex with it for 3 hours in the back of an alley. A well-deserved nut, transept arm. Fall asleep on top of body. I awaken sometime later covered in juicy rats and garbage. I remove all the fingers of the corpse to make a necklace with and wander out into the street. The sunrise is peeking over the Roman skyline. I readjust my cloak and wander through the streets and out of Rome. Steal a horse and ride away. I arrive in Chitier, France on Christmas morning. The locals peer out of their windows to see their beloved doctor has returned. They all run to me. The Lord's servant comes out singing my praise. Ah, dearest doctor, we knew you'd come back. Sure, whatever, fag, chancel. Look around for a minute. Wait, where's the Lord? The Lord's servant lowers his head. Ah, well, you see, the Lord passed earlier this month. Incidentally, he's left you with the entirety of the castle. I'm so gonna cream that hemispherical dome. Wait, this is my castle now. Indeed, Doctor, it is. All yours as was the Lord's will. Look around at the townspeople. Wait, where are most of the townspeople? I asked, noticing a distinct lack of dirt and shit-drenched peasants. Ah, I'm sorry to say we had a terrible case of the plague this week. Many have died. I can feel myself salivating. How many? Enough. I'm afraid that they created a 300-foot pile of their bodies on the outskirts of town. Express train to Nutville, that octagonal drum. Let's not dwell on that business. I have something to show you. Follow Lord's servant to my old chambers. He opens the door. We don't know who, but someone left you something spectacular. I peer inside. Christmas. It's a mountain of succulent, delicious, tender, exuberant, wonderful, tempestuous, fantastical, medieval Bitcoin. Tom, I whisper with a tear in my eye. The greatest Christmas ever, Tasset. I roll in it. I smell it. I love it. I can fucking swim in it. I'm so fucking happy I can't even contain my cum. The Lord's servant smiles, glad to have you back, Doctor. I roll around like a pig in shit, or a doctor in a bunch of Vatican Guard entrails. That night I ate the finest rat meat money could buy. There was plenty crow meat to go with the rat meat. I celebrated in a slew of fresh children's bones. I inhaled herb. I lived like the king doctor I am. I wandered out into the Christmas night. I traipsed my way to the decadent pile of peasant bodies, high as a fucking kite. I drenched the mound of corpses with flammable liquid. My face when the 300-foot pile burns like a beacon on Christmas joy in the midst of the cold winter's night. I've never been happier. It's so big it gives me several opportunities to nut into the fire. It's practically beckoning me, Tempiero. After the 9th nut, I get sleepy. I go back to my quarters. I look out the window at my smoldering heap of corpses, still randomly igniting into isolated fires. See the smoke plumes moving towards the village. The smell wafts its way into my room. I smile and crawl into bed. In a bed of delicious medieval Bitcoin I sleep. The smell of charred bodies fill my nostrils. Christmas is here. Filled with joy, I begin to fall asleep. Outside it begins to snow. The sound of peasants screaming in terror at my corpse fire echoes in the night. Sobbing and pleadings to God ring in my ear like a beautiful Christmas hymn. I hear the fire crackle sharply. Finally, I sleep. I am the happiest doctor in the entire world. Doctor.